Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and today I am so excited to bring you a card that is a pop-up card, but I'm going to show you some different levels along the way. It's just a lot of fun. It is from, the stamp sets that I'm going to be using are from our new mini catalog called Celebrating Life's Moments. This is our spring into summer catalog. It is fantastic. So the stamp sets that we're going to be using today are going to be the small things, and that's all about our butterflies. And then the other one, which I absolutely love, and it's so adorable, it's called Inside and Out. And these stamps are good for the outside of your card and the inside of your card. They just kind of go along with each other. They're just adorable stamp sets. So those are the two stamp sets that we're going to use today. And we're going to also be using some of our splashes, which is our April special. So let me show you our Splish, Splash, Sparkle and Twinkle little special that's going on this month. It's April 1st to April 30th. We've got our sparkle silk, or our silks, and we've got our splashes, and they're just a lot of fun to use. If you join my team in this month, Team Deb Valder, you will also get some extra things in any kit that you pick. So above and beyond your regular kit, you're going to get another extra special little thing to go inside it. It's a $45 value, and it goes along with this Splish, Splash, Sparkle, and Twinkle little thing. All right, so just wanted to kind of point those out for you because they're only good for April 2018. All right, so let's put these aside for now and put our nice little catalog by the side. And I just wanted to show you the card. So this is just a really simple plain card using some of our splashes and some of our sets, our sayings, like I said. So this is just kind of plain Jane, all right? Now I stepped it up a little because you know how much I love to paper piece. And what I did was I added another little wing right there to him. Can you see her, him, whatever? Can you see the dimension on that? It just looks so pretty. I love to paper piece, cut and piece, and just make things more dimensional. All right, so that's the same card, just a little bit different. But we're going to take it to another level. All right, we're going to take it to the next level. We've got our butterfly, we've got our paper piecing, but when you open this card, it just pops out at you, and it is adorable. Isn't that cute? Do you see the little butterfly popping up right here? Cute, cute, cute. I love this. So what I did was I matched our splashes with all of our cardstock, and let's get going. I'll show you how to do it. It's so easy, so super easy. All right, so I'm going to leave this one in the picture because that's what we're going to start with, this part of it right here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the splashes so they dry. Even though they dry right away, I'm going to do the splashes. Now, when you have our splashes, you have to remember that they are kind of like crazy messy, but that's what's fun about the art. You also have this little blue thing right here. You always want to put that back in there. That's just so that if somebody comes along and sprays it, it's not going to go all over because it kind of locks it. And it also it just holds it. It's like a placeholder. All right, so if you have splashes and if by chance the little nozzle gets clogged, just run it under warm water and take a little wipe and just wipe it off. I do that at the end anyway, but just to know that. The next thing you need to know about our splashes is that when you go to use them, you want to shake them until you hear that little BB on the bottom. The ones that have sparkle in them will have the BB. The ones that don't will not have the BB in it, but you still have to shake them up. These are a water-based product, and they are just absolutely fun to use in different ways. So for this card, I'm actually going to color with them, and I'm also going to show you how to spray them, which is what they're supposed to be used for. Now, when you go to spray, you want to make sure that you don't just, depending on what the look that you're going for, you don't want to spray too heavily. You can actually put your paper in, I always put it in a box, okay? And that way there, it's not going to spray all over, but you can spray heavy, or you can take and just spray above and let it fall down into the box. So just know that when you're starting. So for this card, because it does open up like that, what we're going to do is we're going to take, here's one that I've already done, but let's take a white piece of cardstock, and because it's going to open and it's going to pop, we're going to open it with the 8.5 by 5 1/4 inch way, and it's scored at 4 1/4. All right, so I'm going to bring in my box. Like I said, you can just take any box and cut it at an angle. This is one I've had for a very long time. I'm just going to set this up here like this, close to the back end of it. And then I'm just going to take my sprays and I'm just going to decide where I want it to go. And I just spray. So this is what it looks like, all right? And the next one I'm just going to do, I'm going to take and I'm going to make sure, because this one does have some glitter to it, and I just wanted it a little bit at the bottom, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to get a little bit at the top here. Not a lot, but I'm just going to kind of aim and go for it. See? And that's how you get the colors in there. So here's the two that I've just done, and that's all there is to it. So that's one way of using your splashes, okay? Now, look at these colors. Aren't they so pretty? So these actually match our 48 colors. This is Sour Lemon, and this one is Turbo Teal. And like I said, you can take and you can mix and match with our re-inkers. You can mix and match with our silks. They're just so versatile, but these are water-based. So I am going to use a water-based pen that has water in it. All right, and I'm going to get out now. I'm going to put these aside because they're dry, but we'll let them dry a little bit longer. I'm going to get out my block, and you'll see that I've got some that have already dried up. It's okay, because when you add water to them, it actually just loosens it up. Now, if I was going to take a lot out of here, I have a little what do you call those things with the little rubber thing on the top? One of those, like a, oh, I can't even think of the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's what I use to get it out if I have to use a lot of them. But if I only have to use a little, and I'm going to tell you, this goes a long, long way, all right? I'm just going to take and unscrew the top and just put a little bit on my block like that. So I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to take the Sour Lemon and just add them here. Now this is going to be my color medium, all right? So there's that. Now I stamped the large butterfly one time, and then I'm going to stamp it again. All right, so this is going to be my piece right here, and I've also stamped it on a scrap piece of paper right here, okay? All right, so I'm going to take and ink this little guy up like this. So what I'm going to do now is to take a little bit of the splash, put it on my block, and grab my watercolor pen and just start coloring. What I like to do is feather the first color into the middle and just kind of feather it out. Now I'm going to take the blue and feather it in so that there's a light and lighter spot in the middle. And that's all there is to it. Once I'm done with that, we're good to go. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to add that to, let's get these out of the way. We're going to add this on the back end of it. That's going to go right there on the front. All right, let's grab some Journey foam squares. So adorable. Okay, so you've got that part of it done. Now what we need to do is to get our crease tool out, and we're going to just kind of go. So what I'm doing is just really giving it a little bit more dimension. Now, when you go to add this to your card, I do like to add a few of our foam squares. And by doing that, I'm going to take wherever it, I'm going to show you in just a minute, wherever it touches the ground, where it's not puffed up. What I mean by that is, see how this dips in? That's going to touch the card, and that's where it touches the card right there. So I'm going to take, so I have some of our small foam squares on there, but now I'm going to take some of my best glue on the market here, all right, and I'm just going to glue that around like that, and that's our Journey Craft glue, and I'm going to add it exactly where it is on here, and that's what paper piecing is, all right. So I'm just going to hold that there for a second. While I'm doing that, I'm going to show you how to do our blue piece. So while that's drying, all right, and then I'm just going to push that one down, and then just kind of fluff a little bit. And there's that. Isn't that so pretty? And then I'm going to take our blue piece and I'm going to show you how I did the little indent, all right? So the measurement is 1.5 and 1.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 1.5 inch mark on my ruler and stick it right here in the middle. I'm going to grab my pencil and at the 1 inch mark or 1.5 inch mark over here, so that's the beginning of the ruler, 1.5 is in the middle and 3 is over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down 1.5. So I'm going to go down to the 1.5 inch mark, and that's all I need to do for that. Now what I'm going to do is to take my amazing trimmer here, and I am going to put that dot right there, right on my score line right here. And this dot is going to go straight up and down just like that. This is my scoring blade, and I'm going to take and I'm going to score from this point right here to that one. And then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to put my little dot right there and this little dot right in the crevice. Okay, so these dots should be lined up. Okay, and then I'm just going to score right down. See that little thing that's sticking out right along that one, and they should be the exact same. All right, so we have this is actually 3 inches wide, but it's 1.5 and 1.5. Now the fun begins. All right, you need your crease tool for this. So we're going to crease really good like this. Now the middle part here has to actually pop in, and these have to pop out. So I'm just going to kind of force that way and force this one this way. Okay, it's a little bit cumbersome at first, but as soon as you get it and just kind of push it like that, when you go to do this, you want to make sure it's nice and even on both sides, okay, and that these line up. And as soon as they do, you get that crease tool out and just crease, 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 crease. And when you're done, there's your pop-up. Isn't that cute? That's our little pop-out card. All right, so before I finish this up, I'm just going to erase my little dots. All right, and that's all there is to it. Remember, from this center point right here, it's a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here and a 1.5. 1.5 that way, 1.5 that way, and 1.5 inch down. All right, so let's turn this over and let's get some of our, let's see, I think I'll use, I'm going to use my, because it is a movable card, I'm going to take and use my white tear tape, okay? Whenever I have movable cards, I like to use something that's just a little bit stronger. And I'm just kind of going around all of these edges. Now, don't put any adhesive here because otherwise it won't pop out for you. All right? Let's do this one. I'm not going to put it in the middle here. And that's just a personal preference because I like to give that a little bit of leeway. Okay? It's a little bit of give when it pops up. Okay, we're going to do it right here though. All right? Now, make sure you get out your Journey Bloom tool. All right? And we're going to burnish and lift. Burnish and lift. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take and grab our card that we're going to put this in, and what I like to do is to just open it up and just center it side to side, top to bottom, just like this. Okay, and then fold it over and close it. All right, so I really only pressed on the left hand side, and now when I open it, it just opens beautifully. Okay, just like that. Now what we need to do is to add our butterfly, which is right here. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my crease tool. I'm going to kind of take and bend it. It's easier to do this before you put it on there and then bend up the ends. So it's got a lot of dimension to it. And then I'm going to take one of my glue dots here, okay, and put one of our glue dots right here on the bottom. Okay, and I want him to stick out, or her, as far as I can. So now let's see, let's just close it. Let's see, there we go. Close and open. close, and open. Ta-da! Awesome. All right, so now we need to put our inside saying on, and from the same set, this adorable, adorable set, it's called Inside and Out. I took both of the stamp sets. This is the outside, that's the inside, you know, like where it says Inside Out. I'm going to take my black licorice ink, and this says thanks, not just for the big things, but for all the wonderful things you do. All right, so I'm going to take and ink that up. I love the fonts on this too, just absolutely gorgeous, crisp, clear, but that's part of our red rubber stamps. I'm going to do that, okay, and then I'm going to grab my Easy Glide. Now when you're using your Easy Glide, make sure you do it lightly. The lighter you do it, the better it is. All right, and add that. And then on the inside of our card, we're just going to use our Easy Glide again. Okay, stick that right in here like this. Alrighty, and then this one, so I'm going to add this to the inside just like that, and it's already got my foam squares on it, so I'm going to add that right over here in the same line. Isn't that pretty? Okay, just like that. And that is our card for today. Isn't that adorable? Absolutely adorable. I made a mess here today, but that's what stamping is all about, just making a mess and having a blast. So this is the card that we did. Isn't that gorgeous? Here it is here. You open it up. That pops out like that. Isn't that adorable? So let me just show you one other thing that I did on this card. Let me just show you here. This little one right here is the outside, the inside, and then you can just write whatever you want right here, okay? And then on the back of it, in that same adorable stamp set, is this one. It said, I just wanted to show off my new stamp. And this is my new stamp for today. Isn't that so cute? If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. You take care, have a great day, and I just hope you enjoyed my post for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.